All right, welcome on in. We're going to jump into some levels now. Whoop. So before we do that, a couple of things to go over. First, I highly suggest doing a casual playthrough of Escape from Yavin for the Lost Maps before you learn the speedrun. This is going to just allow you to have a sense and familiarity with the maps as you progress through them, so you know what the sequence breaks end up skipping. And so if you don't want to do one of the sequence breaks, well, hey, what you can just end up doing instead is take the casual route. However, there are going to be some things that I just don't go over because they take way too long, and the sequence breaks do save like minutes and minutes and minutes. However, there are going to be some beginner-friendly routes that I am going to suggest doing. Some other stuff to quickly go over is I am assuming that you've watched the basic movement tutorials that are linked in this playlist. If for some reason you're watching this video and it's not in the playlist, I'll have the playlist linked in the information down below. But also that you have done things like set up no VRGI, right? You've turned off velocity reduction on ground impact. If you hadn't, just go back to the settings video. I go over all of that, as well as some other useful binds and settings and stuff that are either required for the speedrun or they help out a lot. But yeah, that being said, we can just go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing you do is just load level 1, which is going to be the start of the run. If you haven't, you can just start a new game and get to this point, right? And the moment you start moving is when we're going to start the timer, right? So start the timer. And then walk up here, look at this lightsaber, and pick it up using the use function, right? Now you'll have a lightsaber. Sometimes this lightsaber won't spawn. If that happens, all you have to do is just restart the level, right? And go ahead and go on through, walk over the lightsaber, pick it up, and then go ahead and just continue moving up here, jump up here, and open that door area by hitting that switch. Then we're going to come up here, jump up here, kill this guy, and make sure you pick up the bowcaster because it's a very useful item. Then we're going to do something known as an animation clip. As these guys troll me a little bit, that's okay. So what you do is you end up walking, jump up to this window, and walk all the way to the end of it, then hold down the use function and A, and move the mouse around. And that will end up opening the door. If you move the mouse too quickly, it won't work. You just want to slide the mouse slowly. And then that will open the door as we hit a button from the other side. Next, hit that switch to open up and walk to the end of the level. Great. So here, this is a big mechanic in Escape from Yavin 4. You get to choose your lightsaber before the next mission. These have like different bonuses and properties and stuff like that. For this, we're just going to be running single saber on boss. If you end a mission with dual sabers and want to go back to single saber, you have to either pick up a saber staff or just never get dual sabers. So ending a mission with a saber staff allows you to switch to any lightsaber style. Same goes for ending a mission with single saber, but if you have dual sabers, which is a lightsaber in either hand, then you have to pick up a saber staff in a level. And then either picking up a single saber, again, will switch you back to the single saber, or ending the mission with the saber staff allows you to pick any lightsaber style. Great. So here I'm going to pick boss, and then what we're going to do is we're going to switch between the fighting styles 3 times. And this will take you around once, right? 1, 2, 3, back to strong, strong to strong. And this unlocks all lightsaber styles for the rest of the run, which is a cool little glitch. Heck yeah. Great. Then going into this level, just go ahead and activate vid restart right after it finishes loading, the cutscene starts. And this will cause us to enter this cutscene. Entering this cutscene, you'll notice there's no enemy here, and this is why we do that.
We must stop him before he...
Then just go ahead and fall down here, jump over and grab this rocket launcher, open this door, and walk on through. Cool. If you take too long, there'll be a Rancor in there and some extra dudes. So just make sure you work through that area quick enough. Then here's a safe place to just go ahead and force heal. Then walking over here will start a cutscene. So just go ahead and skip that, and then attack these barricades to break them. Open this door using use, and continue on through. Then press this button, break the grating, and before you fall down, go ahead and quick save, right? Then, as you're falling down, you want to pull this guy off. If you miss that, just jump out of the water as soon as you can onto the box and kill him with a lightsaber attack. And then come over here and throw your lightsaber at this panel, which will cause it to explode, opening this door itself. Okay? So if you miss it, or if you like, oh no, fall into the water and you can't get out and take too much damage, this is why we set up a quick save up here, so you can just go ahead and quick load to retry it. Then jump out, destroy this panel, and go ahead and work through. Here, for just general movement, I highly suggest at least doing some wave jumps, which are covered in the beginner's tutorial. And then you can do a strafe jump chain to get over here if you want, right? Or you can just use the tried and true casual method, which will be landing on these small platforms and jumping onto the bridge, right? But as you can see, this can be pretty tricky to do without any sort of strafe jump. However, just literally building some speed with a strafe jump allows us to get much more distance, and it trivializes this section. So I highly suggest practicing your strafe jump there to be able to get over it. Next, hit that panel to open up this panel, right? And then heal back up to full life, and then activate this panel, which starts a cutscene we're going to skip. Take out your lightsaber, switch to medium style, and then we're going to go into a glitch known as Moonwheel. Okay? So what you're going to do for Moonwheel, right? You can kill these guys, otherwise they'll just end up shooting you as you try for the trick. Oops, this guy's a little hard to see.
Getting to the Jedi
There we go, okay.
should not be easy.
So what Moonwheel is we're going to chain together 2 cartwheels in a row by literally starting a cartwheel and then holding down the inputs. Right? Just like this. And this will cause you to immediately start a second cartwheel the frame you hit the ground. Okay? And if you do this right, what will end up happening is you end up getting launched up above, right? But as you saw, that wasn't working. So to make this more consistent, what we're going to do is we're going to quick save right after our frame from the cartwheel levels out. Then, holding down the inputs for cartwheel, which once again are D, spacebar, and left click, while the game is loading, will buffer the inputs, so we can just immediately cartwheel to get up. Then the last thing is you want to release the jump button as you start to spend force, which is right around the top part of the jump. So I look up, I start to do like a spin move in the air, and that's when I release jump. If you don't do this, what will end up happening is you hit an invisible ceiling, and if you're a little bit too far away, as you saw there, you'll end up not getting the distance you need. So just let go of jump, and that'll allow you to float a little bit further. Then go ahead and take out the Wookiee bowcaster, shoot this guy to kill him, and save the game, right? Then you can just jump over here, or you can just walk around to get to this point, and keep going. Okay. So here you can chain together some nice jumps if you want, or you can just walk and throw in some wave jumps, right, to move a little bit quicker. If you're coming from having speedrun Jedi Knight Academy, this is one of the harder movement sections in the run. Then go ahead and kill the Velociraptor, as well as these Tusken Raiders. Okay, so here you have 2 ways of getting across here. If you speedrun Jedi Knight Academy already and you're very familiar with pole jumps as well as like movement mechanics, what you can do is you can end up putting together a chain of strafe jumps to land once in the lava and get over here. Alternatively, what you can do if you're not as comfortable with your mechanics is land twice in the lava here and jump out. If you end up going a little bit too far, right, what will end up happening is you can't jump out of the lava anymore. So just sort of know where you can and can't land to make it over. Okay. Next, we're going to set up a pole jump by standing right over here. Feel free to heal up as well. And then we're going to pull this guy to us, right? We're going to pull him over to us. However, we want him to land right around here instead of where he was landing. So what we do is we just strafe over to the left right after we pull, and that deflects him off our body. Then jump over him, let go of force jump, force pull him up to you, and immediately buffer your force jump, right? So immediately press force jump back down to be able to jump off his head. This gets us the height we need to be able to crouch climb into this divot. If you jump too high, I'll show this. What ends up happening is you end up getting pushed away by this slant. So this is quite a precise jump and very difficult. That being said, after you get up here, go ahead and quick save. Tap back once in order to back away from here. If you hold down back, what'll end up happening is you end up falling off, right? So go ahead and tap back, quick save, quick load, and buffer your jump, and then move over with a strafe turn, with a strafe jump, to build the speed to get out of this, right? You can also sometimes just hold down forward and jump at the same time, and this can work to get you up. And then we get up here, which we need to. What I suggest for a beginner is instead of doing all of that, as I just go ahead and refill my health, instead of doing this jump chain and the pull jump to get over there, what I suggest doing is just doing the casual strat, which I will show, right? So the casual route is just coming in here. This is what I suggest for beginners to do in the speedrun, and you will see how little that ends up skipping altogether. And then go ahead and just jump up. I like to throw some strafe jumps in there to move a little bit quicker. This jump's a little precise. It's at the very zenith of the jump. So what you can do is start walking and then press jump, which builds you forward momentum in order to get up. Or you can strafe jump, and you can throw in a crouch climb too to help out. Because crouching midair allows you to build a little extra height. Okay, then over here, if you lost any armor, there is a secret area with a shield booster there. I highly suggest getting that. And then we're going to come over here, taking out the lightsaber, right? And then just coming over to these guys, killing them, jumping over here, killing this guy, right? And then coming over here and jumping up here. And that's it. That's what you skip, right? Doing the crazy sequence break. So it doesn't really save that much time. Then you're going to come in here, hold down crouch and forward to end up rolling, and then heal back up to full life. Just do it. Then quick save, open this door, fire the ground. Open this door, fire at the ground, causing the explosion as well. And that will end up spawning these guys and opening this main door here, back outside. Then just go ahead and kill all these guys, heal back up to full if you took any damage. Hit this switch, which will open this door. This will allow us to get into this area. Then just go ahead and kill these guys, right? And then come over here for the last guy. And then come over here to this switch and activate it. The moment you press this button here, that will activate this gas vent thing, which means it can explode if somebody shoots it, including an NPC. Then take out the rocket launcher, activate the switch, run over here to about this light, aim about around here to this little blue panel here, and then save the game. Okay? What we're going to do is if you shoot a rocket at about there on the interior wall, right about there, that will end up destroying this thing, causing you to be able to progress with the mission. That also, however, causes this giant rock to spawn in, which we can't get past. So what we're going to do instead is activate force speed to slow down time, jump up, fire an alternate rocket fire, and then do a single strafe jump and just walk outside. Okay? The alternate fire rocket ends up allowing us to be able to have more time to be able to get out. And then if you're a little bit slow, you'll just end up getting teleported up there from the rocks spawning on your hitbox. And that'll allow you to, and then you just have to fall down here, right, and take some damage, but that's fine. Alternatively, if you are fast enough, you can just end up putting together a strafe jump chain and get through before the rocket hits. Another good indicator that you did this successfully is it'll say new objective information at the top of your screen, and there will be a big rock there. Great. And then we can go ahead and go to the end of the mission. Right? And you can like throw in some strafe jumps and stuff here to go a little bit quicker if you want. I highly suggest wave jumping if you can. as was covered in the beginner tutorial. If this shake ends up happening, just quick save and quick load, and that'll end up despawning that shake animation. Cool. Yeah, here's some wave jumps, right? Cool. So here you can either do a strafe jump to get back over to this elevator, or you can just come across here, kill these guys for a little bit of safety, right? Oh no, I took damage. Heal, right? Heal often, heal early. Just always try and be on 100 health if you can help it. Then activate this elevator. And if you want to quick up this section a little bit, you can just jump on top of this elevator and then jump up here. And that allows you to get up a little bit quicker, or you can just ride the elevator to the top. Then open this door and progress through. Right? I'm throwing in some strafe jumps to move through a little bit quicker. Right? And then here are some handy thermal detonators. Oh no, I took damage. Oh no, I'm gonna drop down here and heal. Great. Then I'm gonna walk through. And just walk to the end of the mission. Great. All right, and that is lava. So here for the third mission, you don't need to switch your fighting styles again, but if you forgot to do it in the first mission, leading into Tier 1 lava, just do it here, and this unlocks the saber styles. But we don't need to do it here because we already did it earlier. Great, and select your saber and continue on. Here we're going to use vid restart again to enter this cutscene. This one is very important because there's a lot of enemies that this ends up despawning. So you want to try and exit the previous level with 100 force. And that's going to allow us to force jump up here quickly. And that is important because we are on a timer because we're in the cutscene. Then from here, you want to strafe jump over to the left, to the right, and crouch to be able to climb up here. Okay? So this one, I'm not going to go over what the backup is. This is just a good one to practice because it involves a strafe jump as well as a crouch. So start walking a little bit early and then crouch at the end to climb up to this thing.
What was that?
Then walk in between these two bars here, turn, right? And you can actually just activate the switch from standing right here. Or you can just do another animation clip, right? If you end up accidentally popping yourself out,
Let's see.
you can just walk back to the spot. But yeah, so now this cutscene's over. This spawns a shotgun trooper here, a shotgun trooper up there, right? So it's a big pain. So I highly suggest moving through this section very quickly. Then from here, I suggest jumping here, here, and here is going to be another strafe jump chain to get up here. Okay?
You won't get far.
If you end up landing here and you have a hard time getting over, what you can do is just kill this guy here, and then stand about here, quick save, and set up another strafe jump to just jump over. But you can do a full chain from over there to get over here. Great. Next, take out your rocket launcher, change the first person, activate use to recharge some of your armor, and then stand so that you see a red indicator appearing on the rocket, right? And this is going to require 3 rockets to destroy that, which allows us to progress with the mission. And that'll spawn that cutscene there. To confirm this worked, you'll see a spout of flame coming out of this. Then coming over here, press to activate this, which will allow us to progress with the mission, right? And then jump up here, and we're gonna jump over here, okay? Great. Then go ahead and jump up here, walk over here to stand on this part here, right? And then we're gonna jump up here, jump down here, and then jump over here, all right? And this is just a quick way of navigating back to the mission. Then this shotgun trooper can give us grief. If you have to, just land on this thing, and then throw your saber at him to take him down. However, once again, there's enemies and they're gonna be attacking you and stuff, and that can be quite unpleasant. Okay, kill this guy and heal here. This is an important part to be on full health because there's gonna be a ton of enemies in this next section. Then quick save before you enter. Take your saber back out, right? open this door. So what we need to do is we need to walk over here, right, and destroy this thing. So destroying this thing, I like to stand right about here and then throw my lightsaber. And once again, you'll see this spout of flame. Then this cutscene will appear, right, which can be tricky. Next, you want to jump there and come over and kill this guy. This is why it is important to be on 100 health, because this guy is just going to shoot you. It's just going to happen. Next, make sure you walk over his body to collect the security key, and then come over here, and then while activating the shield charger to heal up, just go ahead and fully recharge to 100 armor. Next, go ahead and quick save, and jump up here with a force jump. That can be a tricky jump. And then come over here, and I like to kill this guy for safety, and then activate the switch. This guy can move around during the cutscene, and he can kill you right after you come out of the cutscene. So just go ahead and kill him before entering the cutscene. Next, walk over here, jump up here, and I suggest killing this guy. You don't have to kill him, but I suggest doing it. Then come over here, quick save, and slowly walk up to the switch. You'll notice that if I continue walking up to the switch, I will fall all the way back down. So just make sure you activate that switch, come through here, and go ahead and quick save, and kill this guy. This guy is not required to progress with the mission, but it just makes it a little bit easier. Then just go ahead, walk up to this guy and throw your saber to kill him. And then take your lightsaber, stand far away from this thing, and throw your lightsaber at it to destroy it. If you're standing too close, you'll take some damage. Next, we're on a timer, okay? You want to stand about back here, okay? And aim directly at the door itself. Then, go ahead and shoot the trip mine to kill this guy and destroy all the trip mines. Walk on through to activate this switch, which opens up the end of the mission. And then take health and ammo, right? There's rocket ammo, there's repeater ammo, there's even this shield pylon that can recharge some shields. And then walking up to this lightsaber and activating use will end the mission and progress you into the next part. Congratulations, you have now made it out of the first chapter. And the first chapter, I think, is probably the hardest out of any of the groups of missions, where there's just tons of enemies, tons of things to kill you, and some of the harder sequence breaks that you're going to come across in this run. So if you're having a tough time just getting through the first few missions, don't worry. I've literally put hundreds of hours into this game of like practice and doing runs. And so that comfort will just come with experience. But anyways, in the next mission, we're going to be incorporating some really exciting stuff. And so I will see you in that next video. Cheers.